Grow Cook Eat is proudly sponsored by StopFoodWaste.ie and Bord Bia. Grow Cook Eat is proudly sponsored by Bord Bia and StopFoodWaste.ie.
Wow. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning and it's roasting.
It's about 23 degrees already, I think.
We have got to check on the sweet corn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're going to need a bit of water. So one little thing at this stage, these are really happy. They have their water. Everything's good in the world for them. But just, you see this thing starting to come at the top of the plant? This is called a tassel. And this is what's going to actually pollinate the sweet corn. So what'll happen eventually is you'll get sweet corn, like the corn on the cob, forming kind of down here in this angle. And then this will get to the point where it gets really dry and kind of flaky and it'll fall off. Each little pollen grain falls off and connects down with the kind of what are called the silks on the end of the sweet corn.
Okay.
And that's what pollinates it and gets you the fruit.
That is
That's
actually
cool,
quite
isn't
cool.
it?
Yeah, that's
and when it's a wind-pollinated plant, so obviously there's no wind in here, so we kind of give it a little help along by shaking the
Could
plant.
come in and put on some tunes.
Yeah.
Do a little,
Exactly,
do a little boogie.
Yeah, so we'll just give them a little shake to help
Excellent.
things along.
Should we go down and check out the ones out below?
Let's do it.
Cool.
So because we've had this amazing summer so far, we've had 6 weeks of dry weather, loads of sunshine, it's absolutely thriving. So the ones up in the glasshouse are not a million miles ahead of them, a little bit ahead, but not too far away.
What about these though, Mick? Is that okay?
Yeah, so
Bit dry.
this is the original kind of, do you remember when we put them out first? So it's still sort of shrugging off the sort of the old foliage that it's losing, and it's forming the new ones here.
Oh, yeah,
so nice fresh green growth here.
Yeah.
The stem is really strong.
This one is just
So
emerging here.
they're
Look.
flying, you
Yeah,
know.
that's cool.
So in about a month's time, these are going to be up to about 4 foot.
Yeah, way up here.
Yeah.
Cool.
And up on top, we get those tassels starting to go brown. That means the pollen's starting to drop off, and we should get the sweet corn coming then. So pretty much keep watering every day and hope this lovely sunny weather continues.
Fingers crossed. Good. Sounds like a plan.
Only a month later, unfortunately, the stress of being pot-bound has got the better of our sweet corn. They just never got going.
So, like, these don't look too bad.
You know, Karen, they're absolutely crap.
No, now, stop. Corn has ears, so they can hear you. Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
You can see, like, it's trying to become a sweet corn.
It's doing very well, to be fair.
But there's not a whole lot going on.
But is there no chance of that growing anymore?
There's not even much point in feeding these now because they're kind of at the stage where they've set the corn. So it's kind of, these are dead to me now. I'm moving on to other successes.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, lovely.
Okay,
lovely
you're not
sweet
remote.
corn.
Sorry, not sorry, I can tell you. Okay, but anyway, fear not. All is not lost. Come with. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Ta-da! Here's some Richard and I prepared earlier. When we planted them out, Richard knew that they weren't looking their very best. So we hatched up a little plan whereby we would sow direct. And I think it's fair to say...
Yeah, these are better than ours, mine.
Sorry? What? I didn't quite catch that.
So you know the worst thing about this situation is that this proves Richard right.
And I,
you
clearly.
possibly as well.
Yes. In Ireland, we're so lucky with our usual abundance of water. But we do have to be careful, particularly with summers like the one we've just had. So a really simple way for everybody to be mindful of the water that they use, which we need obviously for our growing, is to have a think about setting up a water harvesting system, be it at home, in your garden or on your balcony. So tell us more. What's the story with this one?
So basically we just have a simple down pipe which is going into, connecting up to this drain pipe, and all the rainwater now that comes off the roof is funneled in there and down in here.
Easily collected.
Yeah. So we've got, this is a sort of standard size watering can for the garden. This is 10 litres. So do the maths there.
No.
No. So this is 100 litres, so we get 10 fills of these. And that'll be very happily would do this whole garden.
So once it's all set up, it means that not only are we no longer taking water from the mains, but we're collecting water that would otherwise just go to waste. Really simple and effective system at home. So that's water harvesting on a small scale. But what about larger scale operations? One farmer from North Dublin has become world famous for creating and implementing an unbelievable energy reduction plan. His name is Neil McCabe, and together they have made Kilbarrack Fire Station the world's first carbon neutral fire station. And a really important part of the Green Plan is water conservation and harvesting. What exactly is the Green Plan?
So the Green Plan is a new system which uses behavioural change to tackle climate change. So we use ground level grassroots projects that are proven to work, and that the work is then spread across 7 themes: energy, water, waste, biodiversity, transport, society and procurement. In this fire station, the running costs were reduced by nearly €50,000 per year. Those savings were invested in the other fire stations, and they started the Green Plan and followed the procedures till they saved money. And collectively, that meant that in a 4-year period, Dublin Fire Brigade had reduced its energy demand and utility bills and water savings, all that put together, by €11 million in only 4 years.
Wow, fantastic. So given that we're at a fire station where water is an integral part of what you do, can you come and show me what you've been doing with the water action?
Absolutely, no problem.
Neil, this is gorgeous. What is it?
This is our rainwater harvesting tank. We take all the rainwater off the whole roof of the fire station, front, back and sides, and we send it into this tank and use it to put out local fires.
I kind of want one. Where did it come from?
That was taken out of a waste heap originally, and it was a beer tanker, which myself and the lads salvaged.
No way.
Yeah.
So it's totally repurposed and upcycled?
Repurposed. I think it's a big example of upcycling.
And in total, how many litres of water would be collected over, I don't know, like say a 10-day period?
I'd say be 13 to 14,000 litres of water over a 10-day period. So
that keeps these guys well
no,
fueled.
there's times there's water shortages and we're down on water. But to try to tackle that, we introduced a wastewater treatment plant below ground, which takes the kitchen wastewater, the wash hand basin water and the shower water, and recycles it to EU standards, and then sends it across here 600 litres a day as well.
As part of the Green Plan, Dublin Fire Brigade have built a 20,000 litre tank at Blanchardstown Station. Considering the savings made by just one small part of the public service, there's an obvious question to ask. Can the Green Plan be scaled up and replicated across all our public state agencies?
Absolutely. There's no reason all of the public estate from the public service could not be retrofit and upgraded into the next century. Save energy, which saves money. Save the money and invest in the next location.
So this story on water has really come full circle, and we have absolutely learned how important it is to harvest it and to conserve it. And for me, the actual message is how important it is to really mindfully use it. It's my favourite part of the show, harvest time. Let's go and see the sweet corn that Richard saved the day with. I want to see the ones we're going to harvest to eat. Oh, wow.
Okay, so this looks a bit more promising, doesn't it?
Oh, look, I see what you mean by the tassels.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very hard to know with sweet corn until
Go
you
on,
actually
just
open it
open
up.
it.
But this is what it's all about, Karen. I think we should
about.
talk about it a bit more now. Just go ahead.
Oh,
Look
now.
at that.
Like, I actually can't believe we managed to grow sweet corn.
It's mega, isn't it?
It was a bit
After
tricky.
all that.
Oh, but so totally worth it. Okay, Katie is ready to rock and roll with it.
Yep.
So I'm going to do what you always say, run to the kitchen.
Okay. See, I knew it would work.
I come bearing gifts, literally picked, oh my God. I have absolute shirt envy. That is amazing. I also have perfect sweet corn picked like 2 seconds ago.
Amazing.
And rested from Michael Kelly's hands. So
Thanks a million.
I have a funny feeling now you're not going to just boil it, throw a knob of butter on it, as much as I love that. Am I right?
A little, yeah.
Okay, but don't tell me. So see you in 30 minutes? Okay.
So today I'm going to make some sweet corn fritters with a chipotle yogurt dipping sauce. So first thing I'm going to do is take the skin off the corn. There's a really nice feeling about cooking with something so fresh that's like just come out from the garden. The water's already been salted earlier, and I'm going to leave that there for about 5 minutes and put it all in compost. And I've got some veggies here that I'm going to add to my fritters. So I've got some spring onion and red onion. And I want to get really little tiny bits of concasse from this. So I'm going to chop down and chop across. I'm going to pick a little bit of coriander to go in there as well. It's got a really nice kind of Mexican feel to the whole thing. And then I'm going to make a little quick batter. So I've got some corn flour and some plain flour and a little bit of water. The water that I'm using is really nice and cold, which I think just adds to getting a really nice good batter. So it's a really nice consistency and really nice and smooth. Okay, brilliant. Sweet corn's done. I'm going to cut down the length of the kernel, trying to get as close to the central cob as I can. Making sure I've got every last bit. We're just going to season with some salt and pepper. And this, as it is really beautiful. A little bit of lime juice in there, and that would be really nice to just have as a little bit of a side salad. But instead, we're going to put it into here, into our batter, as much as our batter can take. And just mixing it really gently to try and not break up any further bits of the kernels. I don't want too much batter around the sweet corn because otherwise they'll be kind of like stodgy in your mouth. I'm looking for a light batter around the outside. I'm going to use a spoon and we're going to put them into our frying pan. So I'm going to try and put them down really gently so the whole of the sweet corn stays together. And if I haven't got enough on one go, I'll just add them in, going really slowly again so that it all joins together as it's frying. These will be ready in about 2 minutes, but keep an eye on them so that they don't overcook. And I can kind of see on the sides now that there's a little bit of crisp going on, so I'll stay here and I'll just fold them over. They've got a little bit of colour. So you want to take your time when you're moving the fritters around. If you overhandle them, they're just going to fall apart. Okay, great, that's all done. I'm going to make a really quick chipotle yogurt dip to go with them. I'm putting some chipotle and some tamarind, and I'm just going to blend it up. That's great. That's exactly the consistency we're looking for. Really nice and smooth, and the two things have mixed together. So we're just going to mix that really quickly with our yogurt. Chipotle is a really nice Mexican chili, and the tamarind's going to add a really nice sourness to it. So I've got my little sweet corn fritters. They're going to go on the side here. And then I've got my chipotle tamarind yogurt. And then loads of this excess, we're just going to put this on the top. So there you have it, some sweet corn fritters with a chipotle dip, a really easy recipe, and it's got loads and loads of flavour.
Right, you did say 20 minutes, and I am nothing if not punctual.
Oh my goodness, that looks amazing.
Yeah, dig in, dig in.
Okay. Yum.
So were you saying that those were a little bit hard to grow though?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, they're tricky enough to grow well in Ireland, I think.
And not a hope in a container.
No.
I didn't even try.
No.
No. So would you do it again? Would you give it another
Oh,
go?
absolutely. Like, I do it every year. It breaks my heart. Some years, other years, it doesn't. But because of that taste, when you get it right and you have it at that absolute moment of freshness, it's worth it doing every year.
And has Katie managed to convert you
Yeah, she
away
has.
from the slab of butter?
She
You're
has.
so refined.
There may well be a slab of butter in this as well.
More.
While we tuck in, why not log on to growcookeat.ie for all the info you need to get your sweet corn growing, but not in a container.
Sad face. See you next week back in Grow HQ to grow a significantly more cooperative veg, the courgette.
Grow Cook Eat is proudly sponsored by StopFoodWaste.ie and Bord Bia.